What's good, people? It's your boy the Kryptonian saying, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 176. This chapter, gotta say, man, it explains how Mr. Three's alive. I don't really have a problem with him living, but at the same time, though, man, like, it's very convenient that he was able to use that wax in order to stay alive. Like, it's smart, it shows very quick thinking, but the reason why I'm saying it's very convenient is he has the ability to make objects using wax. He's able to make a key that just perfectly fits the cage that Luffy and them are in. And we know based on the last chapter that Crocodile has the real key. So that's what I mean, it's very plot convenient. I'm tempted to call bullshit. I'm very tempted to call bullshit. Like, this was plot convenient as hell. But at the same time, I'm just going to roll with it because there was a lot more going on in this chapter. A lot of heavy stuff. Very great character development. So without wasting any further time, let's just get right into it. One of the things that just really stood out to me in this chapter is not only Zoro, but Luffy. And what I'm talking about is the fact that Luffy tells Zoro to save Smoker, okay? And the logic that Sanji and some of the others had did make a lot of sense. Basically, with the water rising and they gotta swim in order to get out of Crocodile's lair, it made a lot of sense for them to leave Smoker there because this dude's been hunting them down. He's clearly stronger than Luffy. The smart money is to leave him and let him die. You know, as cruel as that is, as Machiavellian as that may seem, that made a lot of sense. But Luffy says, like, hey, Zoro, save his ass. If you leave him here, he'll die. Very cut and dry, and I respect Luffy for that. You know, it's something I myself, I'm not mature enough to actually do this, to not only forgive someone I have differences with, but to go even further and throw them a bone and help them out. Throw them a bootstrap, as the old folks like to say. So that was pretty cool to see that, and I like how Zoro just follows the command regardless. And there's this pretty cool scene where Smoker tries to attack Zoro and Zoro doesn't even look. And that's, I mean, it really reminds me of Kenshin, because that's something Kenshin Himura would have done. Zoro just blocks the sword with his sheath and looks at Smoker like, are you serious right now? So that was pretty cool just to see that bit. And even Smoker realizes that he's in a predicament because he could arrest all of them. Like, he's got Marines coming to back him up, and if he wanted to, he could arrest them. But if he did so, he would have to live with the fact that a pirate saved him. So he gives them a tabula rasa. For those of you who don't know, a tabula rasa is basically a blank slate, okay? So he says, like, you guys can go ahead and leave. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. Just go. But he looks at Luffy and says, the next time I see you, you are a dead man. So the next time Luffy and them meet up, chances are Luffy's going to be a lot stronger. I'm expecting a really good fight with those two. I'm also expecting something with Zoro and Tashigi, because I would love to see just two swordsmen evenly matched going at it. Because Zoro going to Mihawk, that was brutal. That was a massacre. That was like Yamcha getting blown up by the Cyberman. Like, it's just like when that happened, you felt sorry for Yamcha, okay? You said, shit, this dude, I thought he had a chance. You know, he talked a lot of shit. I thought he had a chance. Just like with Zoro. You thought Zoro might have had a chance until the fight actually started, and you're like, oh shit, he stands no chance. So that's the kind of, you know, feel that I have for just their pending confrontations, that it's going to be a lot closer the next time. Now, another thing that stood out to me in this chapter, and this comes into character development, is Usopp. And the reason I'm pointing out Usopp is Usopp has, you know, shown that he can be useful when he wants to be, very handy at times. You know, he's a pretty unorthodox fighter, you know, great sharpshooter, but the quick wit. You know, I love that Oda just reintroduced that, because when we first got introduced to Usopp, he's just telling all of these lies, and he's able to remember them, which shows that he's a very intellectual person, because anybody that is a habitual liar, the reason why they get caught most of the time is they can't keep all their lies together, and yet Usopp is able to remember all of them. You know, Usopp really strikes me as being an author more than anything, you know, one of those, and I don't know if it's because of the whole you know, I hate bringing this shit into this because this is gonna sound so racist, but because of the name Usopp and because he's the black character in this, I don't know if Oda was trying to say like, hey, you got over in Africa the storytellers and everything. So I don't know if that was the case, but it makes sense that, you know, Usopp is telling all these folk tales, which get creative, which shows high intellect, shows a great capacity for memory, and the fact that he is able to retain all this stuff and keep all the details together and make up as he goes. So how does that fit in this chapter? He thinks very quick-witting. When Sanji's getting ready to kick Mr. Three's ass, he says, Sanji, he can use his wax in order to make a key. And if Usopp didn't do that, they would have been down there when Crocodile came. So you got to tip your hat to Usopp, man. That was pretty cool. Now, he lost points later on in the chapter when Nami and Vivi have to drag his ass up from drowning. You know, because Usopp, for some reason, couldn't swim, which was interesting to me. You gonna be a pirate, but you can't swim. No devil fruit powers. And I like how Nami and Vivi are both like, Usopp, get your ass up. So that was pretty cool. Now, one final thing about this chapter is Sanji, very smart. You know, he tells Nami to put on perfume, and he's just like, oh my God, you smell good. And I can understand it, man. I can really understand that. You know, one of the things that got me was, you know, there's this shampoo that Chelsea used to wear. It's used to make her smell like strawberries, man. And that shit used to fuck me up all the time, man. You know, women, you know, they use like the scented lotions and everything. It's just like, oh my God. So I understood where Sanji was coming from, man. I was just like, shit, dog, I feel you. But at the same time, what was very interesting was he was doing that not only to, you know, flirt with Nami a little bit, but also so Chopper could track them down. So Chopper, being the animal, he's just like, yo, you remember the eyelash, you know, the camel? That's my homie right there. You know, he's got this crab, right? And I got the crab, and we're going to go and we're going to track down Crocodile and get to the rebellion. Like, we're going to handle this. Like, that was pretty cool, man. It's just like, he literally has a crab version of Uber. Like, that was pretty cool. It's like 1-800-CHOPPER, bitches. That was pretty damn... That's too many letters. Shit, I thought that was enough to fit the phone number type scheme. But this was pretty nice. Like, again, plot convenient, but Oda foreshadowed that Chopper will be able to talk to other animals earlier on in this arc. So it's just like, at this point, you live with it, because this was foreshadowed, this was set up, so it wasn't really a plot pull, ass pull, if you will. But I like the ending, because in the ending, Vivi gets yanked off and it's Crocodile. And at first, because of the panel, I'm like, damn, what's going on? Why did she get knocked off? You know, why is she off the crab? Why is everybody screaming? And then you see the hook, and you go, oh shit. And Luffy just willingly lets himself be snatched. And you know why. Luffy wants to fight Crocodile. So I'm really interested to see where this goes. I particularly want either Zoro or Sanji to go and back him up, because I could see Vivi taking on Miss All Sunday. I could see that. Okay, now granted, you know, Luffy and Zoro, they took down those crocodiles when they're in the lair, and Vivi was beating herself up that she couldn't do anything. And Usopp has to say, these guys are freakishly strong. Don't beat yourself up over it. So that was cool, but this would be like a chance for redemption for Vivi. She's already done some stuff, man. So I like that she's gotten some screen time in this, but this is her arc. And what better way, if they don't have Zoro in there to back them up, right? What better way to have her character grow and just be shown than to be fighting side by side with Luffy when they're fighting Crocodile and Miss All Sunday? That would be pretty cool. I would love to see her hold her own, man. That would be awesome. That would be the highlight for me, man. But that's it for this chapter. My chapter question for you guys is going to be, what did you think about Luffy's decision to have Smoker be saved? Were you like me? Did your respect for the character go up, or were you more like Sanji, saying maybe you should let him die? And has there ever been a time when you've had to help someone that you haven't necessarily been on the best of terms with? And what caused you to do it? But as always, if you like anything I had to say, hit that like button, comment, rate, subscribe, share. Greatly appreciate it. That's it. Thanks for watching.